Hello and welcome to another video of Biohacking My Illness. Today I'll be talking about my cave time. This is a project that I've been wanting to execute for a while and I didn't have the chance before, so I will do it now. What is this, my cave time? Well, essentially I think that I've been juggling my health and all the other things that I do in life. And I never really got to focus on my health properly to really biohack my illness, if you will. And therefore, I decided that 2022 and 2023, quite possibly, are going to be years, very, very special years. In this case, I decided to take a break of 4 months to start with. If necessary, I'll take it for 2 years. And this break, I call it the cave time because I'll be isolated from the world, really. I will be isolated from my family, my friends, my coworkers, everyone, really. It's me focusing on my health 100% of the time at my home or traveling. And I'll do my very best to really improve my health and all the issues that I've been battling, especially recently, because 2021 was probably the worst year of my life regarding my health. I did biohack a few things, but I didn't really pay attention or dedicated myself well enough to a few things, and therefore things went south. And I would like to really come to a level where a place where I'm at 100% or more in my health. And I've decided that I really need to take a break from life and focus myself entirely on this project for me to be successful. So I call it my cave time. This presentation is the first episode of this series, and I'll talk about my plan from February the 2022, which is where we are right now, until probably June 2022. So not really 6 months, because the first month of the year I was not able to start this project, and I'm starting it now by the time that it goes live. And I will explain you my project and everything that I will do. This is gonna be exciting for both you and me, I think. Again, I'm not a doctor. This video is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. If you want to talk about health or learn about health, talk to your doctor about it. If you want to do something that pertains to your health, please always seek the advice of a doctor, of a licensed healthcare practitioner before any treatment. So this plan comprises 5 steps. And I reckon this is going to take 2 years. This 5 steps, I will not lay out the entire plan right now. The following episodes will probably expand on that. But in this episode, I'll be talking about phase 1 and phase 2. And phase 1 is really preparing myself for this and my body, myself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, but also my body, because there's gonna be a lot of detox and my body will have to be ready for it. And I feel that over the past months, my body was not even close to be ready for this kind of plan. Also because I've had a huge setback. Things were going just great, but then I had a huge setback with my gut. And I took a step back and I said, that was really what made me think that I needed to step away from the world for a while and do this. So, what is this? The first phase, like I said, is preparing myself and my body. The second phase is addressing gut infections. I believe that I've been working on my gut for a long time now with mediocre to no results, and the reason is I'm not addressing the infections. And while I don't address the infections, it will be hard. I thought it was possible to balance out the microbiome and get rid of particular strains here and there by overpopulating with other strains, and things would go well, and I wouldn't have to kill any infection. But now I'm convinced that I need to essentially kill off every infection that I have in my gut, so that I have a chance to heal my gut. So in this presentation, I'll be talking about phase 1 and phase 2. The following episodes of this series will comment on the other phases, and I'll talk them as I go. The previous plan, which this cave time, quote unquote cave time, builds upon, is actually in the description of this video. This was an unlisted video in this channel, never published for some reason. It was supposed to be published, but it was not published. And yeah, go there and have a look. There's a great deal of information there. So what's my current status? What am I addressing, and what proof that I have that is a problem for me? Well, this is just a snapshot, and this is probably just a small part of everything that is going on. But I believe that for me, the central problem of the problems that I face is really my gut. But there's a lot of concurrent processes going on, and yeah, they should all be covered. The current status is the following. So I'm dealing with mercury and other toxic metals. I am addressing this with a specific chelator. By the way, this was proven before with multiple hair tests. Its effect, I deal with metal toxicity. I used to think that was the root cause of everything. I'm not so convinced anymore. But yes, chelating mercury and other metals is definitely a priority. I'm addressing that with a specific chelator that I cannot talk about. But in the future, I'll probably in phase 5 of my plan, I'll go back to ALA in the ACC style, Andy Kettler protocol. I've done over 60 rounds of this protocol, primarily with ALA, and I actually like it. Many people do not like it. I think it's a good protocol because ALA is just a magical compound. So I plan to go back to it, but not in the near future for sure. Then gut inflammation and leaky gut. I've been doing a year worth of every single gut supplement you may think of, and I've had no results. Yes, I've had times where my gut was okay, but a minor thing would cause me to relapse. And this is major for me. Right now, leaky gut is probably, and gut inflammation and problems in the gut, bad digestion, that all combined is probably the number one thing. Like I showed in the previous video, my reverse T3 is high, my energy is very low, homocysteine is high because methylation is not working out. I think that this is all connected to the gut hormones. For the first time in a long time, I started to have problems with my hormones. My thyroid panel is horrible. I believe that this is all due to the gut. I'm waiting on some tests. I've done some tests in the past. I've shown you some tests on my microbiome, for instance, and there are some things in there that are bad. I've had tests in the past that showed some problems, but nothing really staggering. So this time around, I thought, I'm gonna do every single gut test there's available on this planet and put it all together from there. And I'm in the process of doing that. So I'm testing my microbiome. I'm doing a comprehensive stool analysis. I'm taking a breath test for SIBO for the first time ever. I'm taking a node test. Lots of things. So I know exactly how my gut is. But I believe that I need to go back and address infections, as I was saying before. And what would be the reason that I've run so many gut supplements for a year with mediocre results? I had to take a step back and say, why doesn't it heal? And I think it's really because of infections. And I call this clear the tube, writing a book on it as I go. so that the book reflects my experience. This will be awesome. Probably in the next 2 years, I will have the book ready. But again, addressing infections so that I can balance the microbiome. This is going to be crucial. And to be honest, I'm kind of freaked out about addressing infections, because the die-off is going to be unbearable at times. But I have to do it. I have no other option at this time. So I'll do it. Methylation does not work well right now. It's not working well. I haven't really addressed this entirely up until this point. I've tried TMG. I've tried transdermal oils for the thyroid. I've tried all that. Yes, but I'm not really focusing on methylation. This was proven by blood work. My homocysteine is crazy high. It's really a problem. And through a no test. I'm currently under methylating. It's really a bad problem for me right now, and I must fix this. And again, I think that this traces back to the gut as well. So I need to focus on my gut right now. I cannot afford to keep looking at mercury and other things. I need to focus on my gut. Yes, I'll be doing other things, like I'll be supporting methylation as well. I'll keep using chelators here and there, but I need to focus 80%, if not more, of my attention on my gut. I'm currently looking for a methylation ninja, quote unquote. Of course, I'm looking for a methylation doctor to help me biohack the methylation up until I actually fix the root cause. Then Candida. This was proven by a no test, which also showed mold overgrowth. And the curious thing is that after the O test, I decided to take blood work antibodies for Candida, and they come up negative, all of them. And I did antibodies for various different species, and they came out negative. First, I was not addressing Candida by any chance. Then I was addressing it with SF722, a formula by Thorne, which works great. I took the test, negative again. So I don't know why it is negative. I'm convinced that I have Candida at this point. Symptoms prove it. The O test kind of suggests it. And the blood antibodies, I don't know. Perhaps there's loads and loads and loads of biofilm hiding Candida. I just don't know why I don't have the antibodies. But I'm addressing it. I have been addressing it, to be honest, with SF722, but I need a lot more than that. And I'll talk about it in this presentation, which is going to be a substantial part of phase 2. Gut dysbiosis. I've proven this with gut tests, especially the microbiome ones. I've shared that in this channel. I'm currently looking for the best stool test. Actually, I'm not looking anymore. I just ordered them. It's comprehensive stool analysis test, which I'll be doing the GI 360. I'll be doing a SIBO test because the stool test itself does not pick up SIBO, and I believe that I have SIBO. Actually pretty bad SIBO that I developed. Well, I have an entire theory about it. I'll share it with you later on. And also, another O test, because the O test is I will do a no test every 6 months. And then adrenals, thyroid, and mitochondria, they are all shut down. Blood work shows a shut down thyroid. O test shows the mitochondria being shut. Adrenals are quite surprisingly the ones that are, they are bad, but they are not as bad as the other ones. And the reason why I say quite surprisingly is because in the past, it was precisely the other way around. Liver, I've got liver pain. I have been addressing the liver. I didn't address it well enough in the past. I was afraid of coffee enemas. Then I started coffee enemas. I saw results. Liver got better. And one thing that recently changed the game for my liver was beets. The problem with beets is that it's a high FODMAP, and sadly, I will have to forego them for a while. uh, it just brings me a lot of sadness and anxiety at the same time, because it was super helpful for my liver. I will not forgo beets entirely because apparently 1 or 2 slices of beets is still low FODMAP. But yes, I'll have to refrain from using them as I was before. So just you know, in January, I may have eaten 3 entire beets daily, and my liver pain went away just like that. Yes, there may have been other things that I was doing for my liver, but I think that this was the primary thing. So beets for me work. Major lesson. Sadly, it's high FODMAP, and while I'm going after the infections, I gotta reduce my FODMAPs, and I'll have to keep beets to a minimum. Also, it kind of maps well with the season. So I buy beets at the local farmers market, and they are about to run out of beets. So, you know, I'll have to stop beets for a while, but it's major for my liver. Actually, it's much better for my liver than coffee enemas, believe it or not. So, yes, I'll have to forgo them for a while. I'll have to keep on coffee enemas for a long time now while I'm killing. But yes. Drainage. I am addressing drainage. I take a lot of tutka or tutka. Some people call it one way, some people call it another way. And drainage and liver are still bad because of symptoms. I know, but the gut is really the major thing for me. And if the gut is not healthy, then the liver cannot be healthy. And my liver is surprisingly quite good given everything that is going on in my body. But you know, I want to master the liver, and blood work, which is another proof of liver malfunctioning, if you will, also shows, you know, I just published a video on my blood work. It's literally the last one, so go and check that out for the liver. There's a lot more to do. Hypometabolism, I'm addressing that, but again, I don't think that I'll be able to fix that or biohack that entirely until I fix my gut. So I'm currently also looking for a good doctor to help me in this regard, in this particular journey, and hopefully I'll find him or find her. Energy production, not addressing well enough. I'm just about to start supporting my Krebs cycle, mitochondria, adrenals, and thyroid a lot more. This was all shown in the O test. Yeah, I need to do a lot more for this. Severe inflammation, I haven't been addressing this well enough up until the third quarter of 2021. In the last quarter of 2021 and in January 2022, I've been addressing this way more. And here's the conclusion. It works well if the gut is okay. It doesn't work at all if the gut is very bad. So the gut, again, I need to fix my gut. Bad gut, bad brain, I feel that every single day. And if I have a gut flare up, my brain goes haywire, like just like that. And I need to address that in order to optimize my detox. I think that my detox is also very impaired right now because of bad gut, of inflammation in the gut. Decreased appetite, another problem that pertains to the gut. I caused myself this. I had some biohacks working in the past month, in the past 4 months, that increased my appetite a little bit, but better yet, the look of my stools. And that was PHEG, a fiber, B1, thiamine, and digestive enzymes. Those 3 were, I mean, they were band-aids to some extent, but they seem to make things better. As far as appetite, I've also noticed that in October, which was a really good month. September, October, and November partially were really good months, and I thought that I was, onto like a complete biohack of the gut, but then I had a huge setback, and again, which made me think I need to address infections, or I'll not make real progress here. But I was waking up hungry, like for the first time in a long time. I was hungry, and that was beautiful. um it was due to the biohacks, but also due to the fact that the gut was better. So what are my priorities right now? Well, external mold, this is impairing my gut, is impairing the progress that I'm making with my gut. I've tried my best. It was not enough. So in the current home that I'm living, I've installed air filters. The bathroom is still moldy. So I decided to remediate, which was actually full remodel of my home. I'm waiting for that to happen. It should be done by the end of the month, and then I'll move there. And when I move there, I'm pretty sure that I'm in a mold-free environment and I can start the cave time for real. External mold was also shown by a node test. I'm doing more testing in this regard, but I need to get out of mold, that's for sure. And I do my very best in this home I'm in right now. For the time being, I've been here for like 7 months while my actual home is remediated, and apparently it's not enough. And gut health, like I've been saying, gut infections, I will start to address this for real. There are tests on the way right now. This includes Candida, as I shown before, but more. And I need to improve my relationship with food, other humans, and the world in general. So I'll have to work a lot in the emotional, mental, spiritual part of all of this. There's loads of research showing that actual science, like backed up science, showing that the emotional, mental, and spiritual part are essential for you to heal the gut. So I'll be working on this very heavily. And I'll give you my entire routine, my schedules, everything that I'll do in this cave time. Just stay tuned, because this is going to be interesting. And try to create a life of well-being and peace. I'm in fight or flight mode all the time. I'm stuck in this pattern of being afraid of stuff that I'll react to. And this is certainly not healthy. This is impairing my gut health. And I want to get out of there and create a life that I love. And I need to fully focus on that to have results, I'm sure. So what is my overall plan? 5 phases. 1, prepare the body for detox. This includes mold, the detox pathways, drainage, binding, etc. 2nd, address gut infections, SIBO, and parasites. Today I'll be talking about phase 1 and phase 2, but then I will heal the gut, chelate metals, and address systemic infections like Lyme. This whole process should take around 2 years, but I'm convinced that in the first 6 months I can do step 1 and 2. Perhaps it will take longer. Perhaps I'll start healing the gut midway through the infection killing phase. I don't know, but what I know is that I will be here, telling you every step of the way. Chelating metals after healing the gut and then addressing infections. This will be, I'm convinced, well, I am chelating metals. I use a chelator every now and then, but the actual chelation for real, like going inside the brain and removing the mercury in there and whatnot, this is 2023 for sure. This is not 2022 material. Okay, so what am I going to do in this 6 months or 5 months? 1, prepare my body for myself and my body for this entire process. So avoid mold and move to a mold-free environment. Like I said, I will move to my actual home. Then open the detox pathways. I've been already doing a lot of this, but I need to do more. Improving energy. Lack of energy right now is preventing me from doing the stuff that I need to do in order to, tackle this. Like, say I'm so fatigued that I cannot rebound. I'm so fatigued that my fatigue levels sometimes are so high that I cannot meditate. That's how bad it gets. Then I end up cooking dinner too late and going to bed too late. So I need to improve my energy, hands down. Then follow routine, a specific routine or schedules while being disconnected from the world. This is going to be way easier to do, and I'll give you my routine and my schedule. And if there's something that you would like to add, just please comment it down below. Support and improve methylation. Methylation is crucial for detox and for this entire process, and I need to support it and improve it a lot more. I'm currently under methylating, and this is really not good. And then rewire the brain. I'm not only talking about, you know, those brain rewiring programs that target the limbic system. I will also do that, but there's a lot more than that. Like being grateful every day, being optimistic every hour of the day, not getting into conflicts, not being afraid. I feel that, you know, being fearful of something is just so bad for the gut. Retrain the brain. Then this is stuff that I'll do a lot. So in phase one, I'll do this, and it will start with mold. The current home I'm living in, the ERMI test was not really high, but there's visible mold, and it smells moldy in the bathroom. And I know it affects me. I just know. So I want to get out of there. I'm actually, you know, on some days, I'm actually afraid of taking a shower because I know that I'm going to be exposed to mold. It's not much, but right now, because I'm such a nerd with this topic, and and I know that mold affects me quite a lot. I just know. I just want to avoid it. Okay, I bought some air filters for the current home. There's an air filter in every room of the home, but still doesn't quite do the trick in my book. I'm waiting for the new home to be remediated. We'll move soon there. The first thing that I'll do once I move to the new home is fixing my limbic system. So again, this is going to be part of the brain rewiring, and that is going to be the first thing that I'll do. Open detox pathways in bind. So I'm taking Tutka. I actually call it Tutka. I'm taking anywhere from 500 milligrams to 4 grams a day, and I do mix it with PC, phosphatidylcholine, to make it liposomal. I've started milk thistle and silymarin. I've already started it a week ago. Homeopathic detox. This is important. Much more rebounding that I've been doing. I want to be consistently at 1,000 jumps a day, which is 10 minutes. Doesn't sound much, but if you have loads of fatigue because your gut is not okay, then it is a lot for the body. A daily walk and stretching a lot more. Daily sauna. I want to target 45 minutes to 1 hour consistently without fail. Last year I was heat intolerant. I couldn't do it. Now I can. I can do it. 45 minutes is easy now. Continue with good drainage, including teas to get to keep my bowels moving. Eat liver 3 times a week. I recently reacted to liver, I believe, and I'm still doing the food elimination diet. If I don't react to liver, then I'll do it 3 times a week at least. Do coffee enemas regularly, and if I'm killing, which is going to be the vast majority of this 6 months, I'll have to do up to 3 coffee enemas a day. I never do a single coffee enema unless I'm doing the 3rd or the 4th of the day. I always do 2 in a row, and I find that way more effective. 4 liters of water daily. This is also extremely important for detox. So I will also pair all of this with binders, and I'm using binders for endogenous toxins, for mold, activated charcoal cocktail, which includes bentonite clay and other things. IgGs, immunoglobulins, which are useful to chelate LPS, if you will, L-ornithine, which is really good for ammonia, and Entrus gel, which is a silica-based binder that is supposed to be intelligent, quote unquote intelligent. Improve energy. I'll be using some mitochondria products, one called Restore, and then, like basic support for mitochondria like ubiquinol and PQQ. Start the carnitins in the morning. Again, energy. I need more energy to do the stuff that I'm supposed to do in order to get better. Use ACE if I feel that my adrenals are down. Magnesium oil before bed and upon waking up. And NMN, I'm sorry, there's a typo here. It should be NMN daily. Routine schedules. This includes killing. So I wake up between 6:30 and 7:30. I hope that when it gets warmer, I'll be closer to the 6:30 mark. Right now, it's very close to the 7:30 because of the die-off and because of the gut not being right. It just takes, I wake so fatigued. It's incredible. And I need to biohack that with the energy supplements, but I need to resolve that with the gut healing for sure. Then before 7:30, if I'm taking killing supplements, taking them there. Then 8:30, I'll take the first binder. This notes here that you see like Fawn, BT and whatnot, they are just personal notes for me. So you're not supposed to understand that. But it's a binder. And then I take TUDCA and minerals with the first binder. Second binder at 9:30, 10:30, 2 coffee enemas with TUDCA, or I rebound and I do sauna. 11 a.m. minerals. I usually do that between the coffee enemas or after the sauna. 11:30 breakfast, and then I do some mitochondrial supplements, and I take my NMN. 2:30 third binder, 3:30 lunch. 4:30, it's basically, there's stuff happening every hour at least. 5:30, another binder. 6 and a quarter, possibly do the third coffee enema, or do sauna, or just try to relax. It could be watching a movie, meditating, whatever. 6:30, another binder. 7:30, dinner. 8:30, binder. 9:15, castor oil pack. 10, go to bed, journaling, like what happened in the day, what I'm grateful for, all those things, and try to sleep as early as possible. Now, I'll be doing all these binders because I'll be healing. If I take a break from killing, say 1 or 2 weeks, which may be possible, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go, really. But I'll be here showing you, what has been happening, what I'm using, and what I'm reacting to, and how I'm improving. And if I stop, then of course that I'll stop all these binders, because it's a lot of binders. It's probably way too much, to be honest. Rewire the brain. So limbic retraining after I moved to the rehab home, for sure. 3 meditations a day upon waking up, before falling asleep, and 1 in the middle of the day. I'll try to make it 1.5 hours. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. Again, I was talking about this: gratitude, positive thinking, counteract bad thoughts, motivating through a coach. And your best coach is yourself. My best coach is myself. There's this, I can pretty much do this, like detach myself from my soul, and then my soul guides me and tells me that I was not supposed to go through the bad stuff that I go through, and that I'm capable of improving the situation I'm in and biohack myself. And we all need a coach. A coach is someone, or a mentor. Those are really, really important figures in our lives, and you can be your own coach. Embrace positivity and happiness in the day, throughout the day, and just relax when needed. Like, watch Netflix. I'm having die-off. I'm having a reaction to something. I'm, killing is too hard. I'm too fatigued. Then hack. Like, go and watch some Netflix. That's part of. This is good, right? That I don't want this to sound like very complex, rigid regime that is so hard to to follow and so not flexible, because that is not healthy. That is not healthy, right? So phase 1.5, start a low FODMAP diet and an elimination diet. So because I'll be killing my SIBO, I need to start controlling the symptoms and make sure that it doesn't grow. And the best way, according to my knowledge, I'll be doing a SIBO seminar at some point because I've learned a lot. Like, my book is super long. I'm really frustrated with the fact that I didn't, learn about SIBO before. And this is a year worth of learning so far. And it's what I know about SIBO now. It's just wow. And SIBO itself, one of the things that I've learned about SIBO, and this goes against most SIBO communities that you can see online, because they're like, yeah, SIBO is my problem, is my root cause. SIBO is just, in my view, it's a presentation of a problem in the body. It's not a root cause per se. It may be that if you kill SIBO, you go into remission for years or forever, and you have a much better quality of life. But you have to ask yourself, why did you have the SIBO in the first place? Really? And I don't want to sound like, yeah, I'm killing SIBO now, and all of a sudden, I believe that the reason for me to have SIBO is unbalanced microbiome / dysbiosis and toxic metals. I believe that's the root cause. I do. But right now I need to clear out the SIBO so that I have more energy, better mental clarity, and a better gut so that I can go after the root causes. That's how I view things right now. So low FODMAP and then an elimination diet. So for instance, I just reacted to liver. I am currently eliminating almonds, nuts. I don't think it will be possible to do nuts while healing the gut. But if I reintroduce them and I don't react to them, then it's possible, because they really improved my cholesterol panel, my lipid panel. So yeah, let's see. I will have to do an elimination of beets, sadly, and reintroduce them and see how I react to them, because I suspect that there may be something happening with the beets. And just, with all the other foods, like I just had a major reaction to liver, cow's liver. It was like, free range cow. So it should be fine. It should be like very healthy food, but perhaps I reacted to it. Perhaps it was, I was in the middle of a leaky gut reaction, and liver was too much. So I'm removing it for 21 days. The elimination diet is really, really simple. You take one food for 21 days minimum. You can do more if you want to, and then reintroduce them and see how you react to those foods. One at a time, of course. And reactions may be immediate, or they may take hours, or even 1 day or 2 days. Support the gut. So I don't believe that I can heal the gut until I fix my infections, but I will have to support the heck out of my gut, for real. So intermittent fasting, 16 hours. I do 3 meals, 11:30, 3:30, and 7:30. This gives me 4 hours apart between meals, and it gives me 16 hours of fasting. Mast cell activation syndrome under control with primarily liposomal C, quercetin, and histamine blockers before food, like 5 minutes before a meal. Have light meals. If you have a leaky gut and infections, believe me, you want to have light meals. Remove nuts, like I said, most raw foods. I'm still doing lettuce, and I will probably keep doing lettuce, but other than that, yeah, no more raw foods, and beets, of course, beets and lettuce, but those are the only raw foods that I have. Respect food combinations, so starches go with vegetables and other starches, proteins go with vegetables. That's it. If I have fruits, which I will still have, especially kiwis, I've been having tons of apples, but because of FODMAP, I'll have to let them go for a while, and I'll do kiwis. And kiwis make me go daily. They are amazing. If I have fruits, I'll have them half an hour before the meal. Stretch before all meals, don't do anything while eating, and chew very well. This is so important and so easy to forget. This video, I'm doing this video for myself as well. I want to share my journey with you, but this reminds me of how so many details there are and so many things that I have to pay attention to really at the end of the day. Then fast the whole Sunday. Every Sunday I'll fast the whole Sunday. This is a 24-hour fast actually. So my last meal is going to be Saturday at 7:30, which means that on Sunday I have dinner at 7:30, but it was a 24-hour fast. I've tried more than that. It crashes me. My system is not ready for it. I hope that in 6 to 12 months I can do 2, 3, 4-day fasts, because that is really that is going to give my gut a break, and it needs a break. At night, I'll do a gratitude journal, a love meditation, and I'll relax and try to feel love as much as possible. Turning on the healing mode is really, really important in supporting the gut. So is supporting and improving the vagal tone, because the vagus nerve is really what runs the show as far as the gut. Then phase 2, after phase 1 is ready, I'll start addressing gut infections. Matter of fact, I'm already in phase 2. I just started phase 2 with SIBO. And by the way, as far as infections, we have SIBO and mold, SIBO and parasites. And I'll do them by this order. This is probably not optimal. Many doctors say first you go from the larger to the smaller, so you start with parasites. In my particular case, because I think that Candida is such a big problem for me, I'll start with Candida. But I will not, just clear out Candida and call it a day, and then move to SIBO and parasites and say I don't have Candida anymore. I'll keep doing Candida support, especially in the form of SF722, because if you do SIBO treatments, you may trigger a Candida flare-up or a yeast flare-up in general. And that is very bad. So usually people start with SIBO and then go after SIFO. I'm doing it the other way around, but I'm conscious about it. And this is crucial. So the protocol should run for many weeks to many months or even 2 years to get rid of Candida entirely. It depends on the root cause. It depends on whether I'm treating the root cause or not. I'll just have to go with the flow and see what happens, really. I'm almost positive that I have Candida, but I did have negative blood antibodies for Candida. I just had a positive O test in July 2021. I'll be doing another O test soon, and I'll share it with you. I have extreme intolerance to sugar right now. I don't know if it is because I just gave up sugar 6 years ago, and now I cannot have the single tiniest piece of sugar. But I have many other symptoms of Candida. This is not the only one, and I feel drunk all the time. Well, sometimes I don't, but I do. Many times, and I think that this is Candida. And the ultimate proof of Candida is that symptoms should get better as I go. And by the way, SF722 alone removes a lot of pain from my GI tract. So yes, it is. I have a problem with Candida. I'm pretty convinced. But I'll retest this periodically, including blood antibodies. The protocol is as follows. I'll use 2 biofilm disruptors. The first one is monolarin, and the second one is the current mercury chelator that I'm using, which is also biofilm buster. Now, most protocols say you start busting biofilms weeks before you actually start killing. I didn't really do that. I will just use these things as I heal. For different reasons. But the first one, the major reason is because I think that I'll be running these protocols for so long that I will probably have to repeat them. And in the second time around, I'll probably have to use I'll probably use the biofilm disruptor first. Inhibit growth, that is primarily with SF722 and S. boulardii. Probiotics play a major role in keeping Candida at bay, but I cannot use them right now because I have to tackle SIBO before starting probiotics. I'll start probiotics halfway through the SIBO treatment, right? Then killing, I'll use caprylic acid up to actually 1.8 grams a day, even though it just says 1.2. Cinnamon oil, 1.6 drops a day. Try trading up fluconazole or another nazole kind of drug. I'm speaking with my doctor and we will see which one is best. And HICA, I talked about HICA in the video that is enlisted in this channel in the description down below. Check it out, it's great stuff. Catch, die off, loads of binders, water and vitamin C all day long. I showed you my routine. This is why I'll use so many binders. The goals is, of course, to improve my symptoms quite a lot, especially fatigue, weakness, and brain fog. But in terms of testing, analytical data, no arabinose in my O test, negative antibodies, and no mold overgrowth. A lot of these things are actually very good for mold overgrowth in the gut. Like SF722 is actually good for mold as well. And I believe that I'll be treating both at the same time. Then I'll move on to SIBO. I'm still waiting for the breath test. I'll talk more about SIBO in the second episode of the series. I'll just give you the overall. Killing will have different formulas and single compounds. The formulas that I chose have neem, clove, thyme, etc. And then the singles, I'll resort again to cinnamon oil, monolaurin, and berberine, which is not shown here. I'm still waiting on the stool tests, which will show sensitivity, and that is really important. It may be that I'm highly sensitive to oregano, and then I'll have to go with oregano. But right now, I would say cinnamon, monolaurin, and berberine. And berberine is going to come in handy because it will also improve my immune system, which needs a hand right now. And possibly, if at the end of all of this, I'm not entirely negative for SIBO and my gut is not perfect, it will not be entirely populated by then, but it will be quite populated because I will introduce the probiotics halfway through the SIBO treatment. If I'm not feeling very well at the end about my gut, I'll just run the elemental diet for 3 weeks. And I think that, all combined, this will have to do the trick. And then I'll move on to parasites. And this will be done with Mimosa pudica and some formulas, clove-based, walnut, and thyme-based. I'll talk more about this, later on. This is my plan for this month. I put together this presentation together so that you can follow my journey, but I hope that you got some value out of this and you can discuss these things with your doctor in a much more educated way. Please note that I don't make any money with this project, and therefore please consider a donation. Even $1 is great. You can PayPal me. My PayPal address is biohackingmyillness@gmail.com. Just PayPal me whatever you can if you got some value out of this, and subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend who's in need of seeing this. I would appreciate that very much. With that said, thank you so very much for watching. In good health until the next video. Bye.